Hi there and welcome back. So how are you feeling after step 1? How are you feeling just focusing on you? Does it feel scary that you're no longer having to focus on outside and now, I have to look at myself? Does it feel a bit daunting? Take a deep breath in. You'll be all right. We've all been through it and we're all still here. So just stay with it. Trust the process. If this is something you truly desire in your heart, to remember the love that you are, then trust the process. You are here for a reason. Your soul has brought you here for a reason. So trust your beautiful soul. Today we were going to discuss step number 2 of how we can change our past, or awaken spiritually, or become enlightened, or become self-aware. Whatever you want to call it, they're all pointing to the same thing. All right, so today we're going to look at step 2. And step 2 for me was a big one. It was huge when I started this process. Step 2 is looking at the events that you've already been through. And we're going to change a word, just one word that's going to make a massive difference to your life. And in the following, we are going to exchange the word to with the word for. And here it is. Are you ready? Why is this happening to me? Do you see how that feels? Why is this happening to me? To me. It's like something outside of me is affecting me. Why is it happening to me? With that word to, such a tiny little thing, there's only 2 letters. You are making yourself the victim. You are choosing to be the victim. Why is this happening to me? Now, listen to the same question. Why is this happening for me? Do you feel a difference at all? Why is this happening for me? For me. When we understand that love is all there is, love is loving love in every moment, and you are love, and so is everything else in the universe. Love, energy, spirit, whatever you want to call it, God. When you understand that that's all there is, the things, the events that you've been through have happened for you. Remembering that it was your soul that came here to go through those events so it could have those experiences. It could gain all this wisdom, all this knowledge. It could expand from these experiences. So these experiences, these events, they happened for you because you asked. Your soul asked to have these experiences. So the moment you start to say, why is this happening for me? Your perception shifts automatically, straight away. It already shifts because you're now looking at why? What do I gain from that event? What was I meant to gain? This happened for me for a reason. What was I meant to gain from that? Do you see the difference? Why is this happening to me? It's, I'm a victim. I'm being attacked. Why is this happening to me? It's such a bad thing. I don't want that. But it happened. It's already happened. It's already passed. And as we've discussed before, we can't change the events. And that's not what we're here for. The events were chosen by your soul. We're here to understand what your soul wanted to gain from those events. The events were never the problem. It's how we came out of them and then got stuck in that pattern from those events. It's what we decided about ourselves from those events. And it's all part of this human experience. It's not right or wrong, and it's not good or bad. Always remember that. As soon as you start that it's good or bad, or it's right or wrong, you're in judgment. And when you're in judgment, you're not in the space of love. The two cannot sit side by side. You're either judging it or you're loving it. You're seeing it through the eyes of love, or you're seeing it through the eyes of judgment. Judgment always comes from the separate I. And the separate I was what we created when we rejected our love in our childhood. Our parents reject our love, and so we reject our love. We decide that it's not good enough, that we don't want that because it hurts, that nobody wants it. So we move on to have this human experience. All the while we've left it there. But it didn't go anywhere because you are the love. It doesn't go anywhere. It's just that you bury it down deep to have this human experience. And to come out of that, we need to unbury that beautiful love that we are. We need to remember it. So another way is when they say, why did they do that to me? When we say, why did they do that to me? When we're looking at specific people more than the events, say your parents, why did they do that to me? Why? To me. They did that to me. Remember, today we're switching the word to for the word for. We're switching to with for. So now let's look at the same question. Why did they do that for me? Can you feel the difference? They did it for you. Your parents had soul contracts with you. The people that you grew up with, all the people you had in your childhood, had soul contracts with you. This was all created before you even came here, before you were even born. You had decided what experience you wanted to have. And you already had all these beautiful soul contracts, and these people would do all of these things that you asked them to in order for you to have this beautiful experience as a human being. Your soul is so grateful for the experience that you are having as a human being. Every day, it appreciates everything that you go through because it expands, it grows. Can you feel that within you? How expansive that love is for you. So the second step is to look at the events, to look at the experiences that you've had. And rather than look at them from the point of view that I'm the victim, they did these things to me, we're going to start looking at these things happened for me. Life is happening for me. Do you realize that all of this is here because you are here? All of it. I look out there because I have a beautiful window out into the world where I can see my neighbor's house and the trees and the gardens and everything outside that window. The world is just out there, the earth. But that all exists because of you. If your soul, if my soul, if our souls didn't have a yearning to know themselves more fully, none of this would be here. None of it would exist. There would be no reason for this earth to be here. I'm going to let you sit with that for a minute. How about we breathe that in? This beautiful earth, your beautiful partner, your children, your parents, all of it exists because of you, because you're here, because you yearn to be here. Without you, none of it would exist. Therefore, life is happening for you in every moment. For, always for. Life is always for you. It's always on your side. It's always trying to give you the experience you came to have. Life doesn't judge that the experiences you chose are good or bad, or right or wrong. There is no such thing outside of this reality. They're all judgments. When we say that something is right, when we say that something is wrong, or whatever other label we put on it, they're all judgments. That's not looking at things through the eyes of love. Love only sees love. There is nothing else happening. The separate I that I was talking about earlier, when we leave our love behind to have this human experience, that separate I, which is also called the ego, is what judges everything. Because without that judgment, we can't have human experiences. It's all designed this way. It's divinely designed. It's just so beautiful when you become aware of how it all comes together. But for now, if a lot of this is not resonating with you, just take the smallest step in number 2, that from now on, instead of looking at it as it's happening to me, let's start looking at it's happening for me. What am I meant to gain from this experience? Is the most important question. If this is happening for me, what am I meant to gain from this experience? Think about it. All right, my darlings. It could be that you're here learning lessons of forgiveness. We're not really learning because we already know everything. Like our soul already has all the information. But it's here to, one thing is to have the theory of what forgiveness is or what compassion is. It's all theory to the soul until it comes here and it can put it into practice. Oh, this is what forgiveness feels like. This is what compassion feels like. This is what guilt feels like, and shame and grief. This is what it feels like. Oh, now I get it. Do you see the difference? You're given a manual. These are all the feelings that you can possibly have. But what is it to actually have those feelings? It's a totally different experience. Right, my darlings? So today, step number 2. I've already given away my kiss. Oh, I'm sorry. Step number 2. This is happening for me. What am I meant to gain from this experience? This is happening for me. For me. That's the second step. Realizing that everything is happening for you. Life is happening for you. Right, my darlings? I'll give you another kiss. All right. Remember to click like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the messages. And I'll see you in the next video with step number 3. Bye for now.